They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. We're the farmers. And this just happens to be our kitchen. This is not a set.
That's right.
This is a real deal. When we're hungry, this is where we end up.
That's true.
Mrs. Farmer, are you hungry?
I'm starving, of course.
I knew you were. You know what? I love oatmeal cookies.
You do.
So she's always trying to like up the game, and she did it.
I did.
This is almost too much. I almost can't stand it.
I'm not going to let you eat them. They're just too beautiful.
They are too beautiful. But she came in with this sourdough.
Got to use your sourdough. I got it on the counter.
Well, every day you got to take a little bit off.
That's
and,
right.
You know, the waste or the side product of it. There's uses for that.
That's right.
So she came up with this idea to do a sourdough oatmeal cookie.
With icing.
Oh, ridiculous. So we're going to get that started before the regular meal because we have to put some of that in the refrigerator for a while. So I'm going to stand back and watch you do your thing because I want this to happen.
I'm going to have you help me. You're going to be my mixer.
Mixer?
Yes.
Mixologist?
Mixologist. And what's unique about this, we do have a cup of oatmeal, but I'm going to actually grind it up fine. So let me do that first.
So the oatmeal is ground to begin with.
Yeah, let's do that first as I make a mess.
Now, could you put raisins in this?
We could.
Let's not this round because it was so good.
That's right. Let's just do it like it's supposed to be. See what it did here? I'll show you.
So you just
Kind of made it fine, yeah. So this is going to be the new way we're going to put that in there.
All right.
All right, but to start,
so how much was that?
that was 1 cup
One
that
cup
we're going to use
of
later.
oats.
Right.
Okay.
To start, we're going to do a stick of butter, and I'm going to let you be in charge of going ahead and getting that mixer going.
Go ahead and start it?
Yep, put it on just low. I also have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You're doing really good. Look at you. Wow. Do you want to pour it in? Quarter cup of sugar?
One
I know.
hand. How much sugar?
Quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
Okay, you got your sugars mixed. We're going to add an egg.
How am I doing?
You're doing really good. And this is the vanilla Lisa made me. I'm almost out. She said she has more for me. I need more. About 1/2 teaspoon we're going to put in there.
She made that out of her vanilla beans, right?
She's enjoying herself doing all that. All right, here's where the starter comes in. You keep that
All right.
going. This is my starter that's been out on the counter. And we could, you know how I put it in the fridge for a week or so. If it was in the fridge, we could still even just pour it out of the fridge, but the cookie would not be as beautiful as the cookie's going to be because it sat out. Take a 1/4 cup of our starter.
Beautiful.
Add that in there. How's that looking?
Man, it's looking nice.
Looking beautiful?
I did a great job, didn't I?
You did good. So we have our cup of oatmeal. I also have a cup of flour here.
Okay. What kind of? All-purpose?
All-purpose flour.
Gotcha.
All right, this is already pre-mixed. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to just pour this in with the flour. So put that
I
on.
smell that nutmeg.
You smell it? Put that on the lowest it can be so we don't have everything go crazy here. I'm just going to add this in. I'm going to start with the oatmeal.
Oh, that smells heavenly already.
And you know, we could, next time we'll try raisins. This time let's just be normal. What do you think?
I'm telling you, whatever you did was amazing. And there's no proof they ever existed because I ate them all.
That's right. And the only difference really than oatmeal cookie, I think, is grinding it up and then we have that starter.
Do you usually put nutmeg in your cookies?
No, but we did this time just for a little extra. How's that looking?
That looks wonderful.
All right.
Are we there?
Well, let me see, get it a little faster. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take all this out of here and I'm going to put it in a little bowl and we're going to put it in the fridge for 45 minutes, kind of let it.
How old is this mixer?
That mixer, how old am I? I bet it's almost 50 years old.
Wow.
Mom got that for me a long time ago. And we'll just let this sit for 45 minutes. in the fridge before we make our wonderful cookies.
Sourdough oatmeal cookies. So just another use for your sourdough that's sitting around.
That's right. What else have we made? We've made buns. We've made everything with our sourdough. All right. All right.
Look at there.
That's ready?
Beautiful.
And I made a small batch because I know how you like to eat too many. Usually I did a half batch. How's that? Because I'm trying to protect you. Is that okay?
Are you saying I'm portly?
No, I'm just saying it's, just to be healthy. So I'm gonna stick this in the fridge.
That's it. All right. A lot of things that we do, we take for granted that people already do. Then we have some guests over, we have a cooking class, and people say, did you make that? So not too long ago, we had a cooking class, and we used our mayonnaise, and somebody says, hey, where'd you get your mayonnaise? I said, well, we make it.
So good.
Very simple. I started looking at ingredients on some mayonnaises, and there's a lot of stuff that really doesn't need to be in there.
Right.
So we make ours fresh. So now I'm going to start this with olive oil. Now, here's the deal. If you like olive oil, that's great.
Right.
Because you're going to get the olive oil, the first thing. We love olive oil. You can put a little garlic to flavor this too if you'd like. But this is with olive oil, and it's more healthy. Now, a lot of people will call for vegetable oil. I don't use the seed oils myself. I'm very careful with our oils that we use. So I'm going to start with 2 cups.
It's good for you, the olive oil.
And again, on the front end of this is what you're going to taste, which I prefer.
I love it.
I prefer it. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of vinegar. We're going to take a pinch of salt. And one more thing I'm going to put in here is 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
That was 2 cups, right?
Yes. There you go.
Now I'm also going to add just a little bit of Dijon mustard for taste.
Yummy.
And I'm going to put just a little bit of garlic in there.
So you can kind of do your own thing.
You can do your own thing.
Do you want a little lemon in that?
Yes, for just that little bite, just a little bit of lemon.
Just a little bit.
Now we're going to take our immersion blender, and in just a little over a minute, you should have it at the right consistency. So just a little bit of lemon juice in there, fresh lemon juice.
Maybe a teaspoon, you think?
I would say that's about right.
All right, this is amazing to me.
Here we go.
This part.
Now watch this. You don't want it to do much over a minute, but look what we've got here.
That's amazing.
Look at the consistency. See that?
Wow.
It's not dripping. It's mayonnaise. Every time I do it, and the smell.
1 minute. It's the immersion blender, isn't it? That
it's
helps
the immersion blender. It
Wow.
really whips it up and gets it going.
Can I take a little taste?
You can.
Right. Well, I got to wipe this off.
So you notice there's a
That's
little
good.
color from the Dijon mustard.
Lemony and delicious. That is so good. I could just eat that. Yummy. All right, we got some mayonnaise.
Now, if you want to use other oils, you can. Because the first thing that you will taste will be that olive oil.
It's got a good flavor to it, that olive oil.
The perfect consistency. I'm going to put the lid on this.
1 minute, you have mayonnaise.
1 minute. Now, some people like to sweeten it up. Put some sugar. We're not going to do that.
Ooh. In the fridge?
In the fridge. Let's talk about duck. We've been to some of the finest restaurants in the world, and
Right.
when it's done right, it is amazing.
Yes.
Now, it's considered poultry, but it's a dark meat. Don't eat duck and think you're going to get chicken, because you're not. So we have cooking classes, and I love to try new food on different people.
You do.
And so the other night, this group came in, and they were fairly adventurous, and they said, whatever you got, we'll try it. And I asked them, I said, how many people here would order duck on the menu? A couple hands went up.
Most said no way.
Everybody that has ever had this, and we've cooked this for what, 100 people
Yeah.
over the years, everybody absolutely loves it. So try some grub you've never tried before. Where have you heard that before, Mrs. Farmer?
I don't know.
But here's what we're gonna do. To get your duck breast ready, this is a domestic duck. We're gonna go ahead and crisscross that, and we're gonna score that.
We're using one of these little tools. It works
Just
perfect.
using a box cutter. Now you're not going down to the meat. You're just getting into the fat.
That's
So
why this knife works so good, because it doesn't go deep.
we're just going to put a little bit of dry rub on here, including pepper, which I think is what's making me sneeze right now.
Probably. I'm gonna go both ways.
There we go, perfect.
There you go.
All right, so one thing we do have already here is some Brussels sprouts with olive oil, salt and pepper. We're going to put that in the oven at about 350. We're going to crank that up at the end because that's going to be the perfect side for our duck. But I think we're ready to pop that in the oven now. So here's our duck, freshly scored. And I've taken some smoked paprika, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And there are so many combinations of things you can do. A lot of people like, you know, the old classics for duck are probably the coriander and cardamom.
Thyme.
Things that you would put in bologna.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But this, to me, has a nice taste, and it's going to go with the sauce that we're doing, the reduction that we're doing a little bit later. A la Raoul.
Yummy.
And you want enough to really sit on there and get in. And let it set for several hours. We're going to put that in the refrigerator.
Uncovered.
Uncovered, 6 to 8 hours at least. And then before you serve it, you want to bring it out and let that get room temperature before you put it on. And we'll go ahead and pop this one in and grab a couple out that are ready to roll. Duck can be very healthy in moderation.
Okay.
It has the right kind of cholesterol.
Oh.
The kind of cholesterol that you want.
Okay.
Good source of protein, but here's one particular about cooking. We have tried these every which way, oven, stove, and other methods. The one thing that I have found over time is you have to do this slowly.
Right.
And the one precious thing that comes out of this is your duck fat. And we will incorporate that into our reduction at a much later date. But here's what we're going to do. So many people, I think, in today's world, everybody seems to be in a hurry.
Right.
People seem to want to get things done fast. They put things in and they heat them up and they fire them up, and it's done on the outside, not done on the inside.
Exactly.
With our duck, I'm going to put these into the cold skillet, and I'm going to warm it up slowly. 20 minutes.
Fat side down.
Fat side down. You want that precious fat and all that flavor's coming out of there. So at 5 after, these are going to be done.
Okay.
Now I'm watching my flame here, and gradually it's going to start cooking. You have to get that fat browned.
You do.
And when it's brown and then when it's perfect,
it's
there's nothing better.
It's yummy.
Now something else we're going to have is sweet potatoes. We're going to cut those up and use duck fat.
Ooh, yummy.
If you've ever been to a good restaurant and you've had potatoes of any type fried in duck fat,
The best.
oh my, and it's much better in my opinion. And as we're looking through the food sciences, things are kind of changing. We're staying away from the seed oils. That's just us. And we're using this in moderation. We try not to fry too much stuff, but on the occasion.
And I'll save this duck fat for later.
Oh, yes,
Keep using
absolutely. Precious stuff. Let's see where we're at. Temperature looks right. We'll take a break and be right back in a minute. So we have a lot of stuff going on there. She just cut up some beautiful sweet potatoes.
Ready to fry.
Which are going to take a little bath in the duck fat here in a little while. You got the duck going right here in front of us. And you have some beautiful oatmeal cookies ready to be patted out.
And you know, this has been in there 45 minutes. See how it's kind of gotten the dough hard?
Kind of set up a little bit.
That's what we want. And I'm going to make these are going to be big. So you can't have 20. You're going to eat one at a setting. How's that?
I could eat 20 big ones.
And I'm using the ice cream soup because I want to try to get them the same size a little. I'm going to get them in here.
And they do spread out nicely.
They do.
Sourdough adds a little extra subtlety that you just can't imagine how good that would be. Checking my duck here. We're about 10 minutes in. It's about halfway done. Now we want a medium rare on this. Look at this. This does not look like chicken. This is a dark meat. It's a muscle meat. And it is more akin to steak when you're eating, so treat it as such. Because if you go around and you think that you're going to try to turn this into a poultry meal, you're going to be confused and frustrated. When you think about it as a fine piece of steak with beautiful fat, you're going to be so happy. So we're going to do 5 of these because they're huge.
And I'm going to kind of press these down.
Yeah.
Make them a little, so kind of keep them even a little bit. And you'll be surprised at how much they grow.
Now you would think that these would rise, but they kind of spread out in a beautiful, tasty fashion.
Yes, they do.
And make a large cookie, and then she comes back to the icing, and I'm just like out of control.
So it's not really a cookie. It's almost like a little cookie cake.
It's like a serving of dessert.
Yes, it is. It's already on 350, so I'm gonna throw these in. We're gonna watch them, give them 10 to 12 minutes.
Look at that fat. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now, you can see that it's starting to cook a little bit on the top here. In just the last 3 minutes or so, I'm going to turn it over. She's cutting some shallots up really tiny. In a minute, all this duck fat and some shallots are going to make a beautiful, beautiful reduction. And then we're going to have a meal fit for a king. And while she's cutting those shallots, I'm going to go ahead and put some sweet potatoes in the duck fat.
Yummy. Ooh, yummy.
This will only take a minute. Now,
Ooh, that's perfect.
Would you look at that?
Yummy.
That's what you want it to look like. That's perfect.
Beautiful.
You got a little crust there, and that fat is going to be so flavorful. And I'm just going to cook that bottom side for 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to set that off to the side, and then we're going to serve that with a reduction. Oh. Now, most of the time when I fry something, most people are always 350 or above.
Right.
I hardly ever get above 300 degrees on my duck fat or olive oil. It will get there just fine like that. I may go 320, and that'll be the maximum when I'm frying up these wonderful
Those look delicious.
sweet potatoes. When we come out, we'll
Good.
put a little bit of natural salt on those.
Ooh,
I'm
yummy.
going to set these aside. Our duck breasts
Those look good.
are done.
Those are beautiful.
And again, we want a little pink on the inside there. Think about this more of a red meat. Now we're immediately going to take our shallots. This is all coming together quickly. We're going to immediately put our shallots in here.
Cook it in that fat.
Cook it in
Yum.
that duck fat. And again, we're not getting crazy on temperature. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit because we do want a reduction here. And it just so happens to have just about the right amount
That's perfect, isn't it?
for this reduction that I'm going to do.
Your fries are looking good.
Now it's getting frantic.
Because everything's coming together at once.
Everything's coming together. Now, when you do this for about 10 people, it sounds like
A little crazy.
some of those TV shows where people are ripping their hair out and running around the kitchen. But we don't do that.
No.
We don't care anything about competitions and all that kind of crazy stuff. We just like people to have good food.
Those look good.
Look at
That
that.
smells really good.
Now, you don't want to get these crazy and you don't want to get them burnt. But that right there is just about what
Wow.
you want to see. Nice and translucent.
Perfect.
The fries are coming along nicely. As soon as they
Those
start
look
to get a
good.
nice little brown on them, they start to firm up. We should be good on that. So now, the next thing I'm going to do is come in with some cherry jelly.
How much you want?
Put that much, exactly that much.
That much?
And then let's take a la Raoul, some red currant jelly.
Not that much?
Perfect. We're going to take just a little bit of chicken broth.
Mhm.
Oh my. Then you're going to take a little bit of beef bouillon. That's perfect. You're going to let all
Yummy.
that become acquainted, as my grandfather used to say. All right, let's come back with just a little bit more currant jelly. Let's go ahead and use all our jelly.
All the currant?
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit more of the cherries as well.
All right. With the rest of it?
About half of
Half of
that.
it?
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Now, a little brandy.
Yummy. There you go. Ooh.
And we're going to let that cook down. When that brandy cooks out of there, all those
Perfect.
flavors are coming together. Fire alarm is not going off
That's good.
yet. Now look at this reduction. When you see all those little bubbles working in there,
Wow.
you know you got it about right. It looks to me like
Surprised about
Sweet
them?
potatoes are just getting there. Nice and crispy.
I'm gonna pull these cookies. They've been 13 minutes. Those look pretty good.
Look at this reduction. Look at this reduction.
Cookies done.
Cookies
Put them
done.
back here.
Some big old chunks of cherries in there.
Ooh.
In a minute, you're going to see all this stuff on the same plate. Our Brussels are almost done, and we can't wait to show you what we've got. Nikki and I have been eating this the last 3 days because we have a cooking class. I'm going to invite Joe to come in and let him try it. He's the only one who hasn't tried this.
Let's see what we got here.
Enjoy.
Where should I start?
I don't know. It's a potpourri.
Yeah, let's take a little
I
bit
think
of
you,
that.
yeah, I think you can fit that whole thing.
I think I could eat it with the cherry a little bit.
Yeah. I hope that's a good laugh.
That is insane.
Is it not something?
Man, just the sweetness, the salt, everything is just working.
Balanced.
Yeah.
You know,
extremely.
Raul years ago, he showed me a reduction somewhere to this, but he didn't have the shallots really bring out the cherry.
And then a little bit of cherry afterwards.
Yeah.
I really like that
You
combination.
digging it?
Yeah, it is.
Do you like your job, Joe?
This is literally a dream job.
Well,
I get
we're glad to
this
have you.
food.
And you know what? The thing is, you have to eat because we cook way too much for just us.
Oh, well.
See you in a little bit. See you in a half hour. I don't know where to start, Mrs. Farmer.
This
Joe
is
already gave it a thumbs up, so
He
we're
ate
good to
his
go.
whole plate.
He did.
It's
What do you
gone.
think?
I'm gonna try some too.
Isn't that reduction good on there? Now this has a little sweet in the reduction, so when you come back to your Brussels sprout, you got a little salty
Yes.
with the soy. And the ingredients for that are just 2 tablespoons of soy, 2 tablespoons of honey, some red pepper flakes, and
Smoked paprika.
smoked paprika. And
Perfect.
you got yourself something special, and just to taste. Another thing, we had our mayonnaise right here. You need something to dip your fries in.
That's right.
So I took some mayonnaise. It was probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons.
Some of your homemade mayonnaise. Oh wow.
And I took some Cajun seasoning, just enough to taste. Now, depends on if you want some heat or not.
It's not bad. And I don't usually like hot.
Some
I like it.
sriracha, a little tomato paste, a little bit of smoked paprika in there as well, a little salt, a little pepper,
Perfect. It's really
and a
good.
little bit of tomato paste.
Oh yeah.
Did I say that? Mm-hmm. And then boom, mix that up and look
Delicious.
what you've got.
Delicious. That's
Look what
perfect.
you got.
Perfect sauce. Delicious.
So, I'm going to set this out of the way because I'm going to finish this in a minute. But I can't help but look at those cookies.
I know they
They're
came out.
just sitting there staring at me.
Aren't those
So
beautiful?
what are you going to do to finish these guys off?
I think we need a little icing on them. What do you
Oh,
think?
yeah.
I mean, because they're kind of special. I'm almost out of my beautiful vanilla. I need more, just a little bit of vanilla here. A lot of people do their own thing. And I have heavy whipping cream. That's it. Some people use milk, some
How
use
much is that?
water. I would say.
So you're
about-
just eyeballing it.
Yeah, until it looks good. I still want to keep it thick.
So heavy
Use all that.
cream, a little vanilla,
And my powdered sugar.
just till you get a nice, thick consistency.
Whatever you like. Some people like it really thin. I like it a little thicker because I'm going to ice these cookies because you need an iced cookie.
That looks like a scone.
It does, doesn't it?
That is a dessert right there.
That's thicker than a normal cookie.
And I'm telling you what, that little bit of nutmeg, you kind of shocked me with that.
Give it a
You
little
really
different
add
taste.
something.
All right, which one do you want? I'll ice one for you.
I want
You want
that
all of
one.
them? You want this one?
I want that one.
What do you think? Do you need more icing than that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm telling you, this is special.
I want that kind of dry on there. But I know you're going to eat it before it has
Remember
time.
when we were kids, we would get these oatmeal cookies with this white icing on them. You don't see those anymore. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. These are sourdough cookies, though. That's why they're so good.
Sourdough oatmeal cookies
Yes.
with confectioner sugar icing. Would you look at that? That's a thing of beauty. Would you look at that, Miss Farmer?
You're excited, aren't you? Is it good? You take a little bite?
Oh,
That's really good.
we didn't even let the icing set up.
Because you had to have it
I
now.
had to have it.
They'll all be gone before the icing sets up. I know how you are.
That sourdough adds something. I can't explain
Delicious.
it, but there's a depth there. Oh my, that's not even right. Tell you what else isn't right.
What?
Our half hour's over.
What?
This show's over. We don't even have time to close it. Yes, we do. Say you're in Arkansas,
Okay.
fishing on the White River, trying to catch a trout.
I do that a lot.
Somebody pulls their boat up right up next to yours and they grab you and say, Mrs. Farmer, where in the world can I find that recipe for that duck? You would say,
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com.
and then you're out there, you're finally wading in a little spot and you got a fish on.
I wade a lot, you know
Somebody
me.
comes up and says, Mrs. Farmer, while you're fighting that trout, would you tell me how we can get on your Facebook page? You say extremely difficult, but all you have to do is,
hit like.
that's all you got to do. You know what? I am going to unabashedly jump into that plate and eat every one of those cookies except,
Eat your dinner first.
oh, I got to eat my cookie. I got to save one for Joe or he'll
That's
be
right.
mad at me. And with that being said, it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
Really good eats tonight.
See you next week on a brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.